Have you ever heard of porcupine meatballs? This is not a joke. All you do is you mix 1 pound ground beef, 1 egg, and 1 box of rice-a-roni with the seasoning. Brown on each side over medium heat. Lower the heat to medium-low and simmer for about 15 minutes. Serve those porcupine meatballs over mashed potatoes and drizzle brown gravy right on top. Now this sounds weird, but it's actually really good. Follow me for more easy recipes.
Let's make some keto Reeses Bunnies. Start with a bag of Lily's chocolate chips with a tablespoon of coconut oil. Microwave in increments of 20 seconds until totally smooth. Fill your mold with about half a tablespoon of chocolate just to coat the bottom. And I shake it around to even it all out. Put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes to set up. Then get a heaping cup of peanut butter. I'm using this Jif no added sugar. Add a 1/4 of a cup of Swerve powdered sugar and about a half a tablespoon of coconut oil just to help it set up. Combine your ingredients, and I also put this in the microwave in 20-second increments. Add about a tablespoon of your peanut butter mixture, because, that's the right peanut butter to chocolate ratio. Back to the freezer for 10 minutes. Last layer of chocolate, and back into the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour.
So if you're like me and you don't like spending an hour in the kitchen for dinner, but you want something that actually tastes good and is healthy, I found the perfect recipe for you guys. Honestly, this could not be simpler. This is paleo friendly, depending on the sauce that you use. These noodles my mom introduced me to, and I'm pretty sure they have like no calories. They're just for texture, essentially. I found this nutritional yeast that is cheddar flavor. This ended up so good and took me 15 minutes to make.
Here's a breakfast casserole you guys should try. Or not. I don't really care. Scramble your eggs, milk, pepper, salt. That's how you're going to start. Very simple. And you're going to put them to the side. Then you're going to grab your Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, just the regular kind. You're going to brown it. Once you brown it, and get it nice and fully cooked through, you're going to add a block of cream cheese. Yeah, I said it. Block of cream cheese. Hear me out. I know it's weird. It sounds disgusting. Actually looks disgusting. Insert gross macaroni noises there. You're going to take a crescent roll. You're going to put it down. You're going to add your sausage. Add your eggs. Add cheese. Duh. We love cheese here. And then you're going to put another thing of crescent rolls on top of that bitch. Look how pretty she looks. Then you're going to pop it in the oven, 350 degrees for 40 minutes.
How to make the most perfect zucchini egg nest. First, spiralize the zucchini with a spiralizer or a vegetable peeler. Toss with salt on a colander and let it sweat, then squeeze out all the liquid. Combine the zucchini noodles with garlic powder, onion powder, and ground black pepper. Separate the egg whites from the yolk, then mix the egg whites in. Divide into ramekins, place the egg yolk in the center, then bake. Look how amazing these look. I like to add dill and red pepper flakes to mine, then just break into that yolk porn. These are delicious, sturdy, and super easy. Enjoy!
All right, y'all, I got this straight from Kelly Cook's, Texas. Here's some Salmon Pin Rolls, and man, they're good. We'll get you a jalapeno and dice it up, some minced garlic, some cream cheese. Then you're going to get a sharp knife and cut that skin off your salmon. Spread your cream cheese evenly. Then I added a little bit of desert pepper from PS Seasoning on there. Then I'm going to coat it with spinach and roll it up real nice and tight. Then I'm going to take my knife and cut this end off to square it up. Then I'm going to start cutting my pinwheels and put them in my cast iron skillet. Then you're going to put a little butter, drizzle it with honey, and then you're going to take your oven or your big green egg or your Traeger, smoke it about 350 for about 20 minutes. Put a little beer in there on the sides, let it cook. Then you're going to crank her up 450 to 500 and get that nice brown to it. Boy, these things really turned out good. I was super happy with them. Go check it out. Won't be disappointed.
This is my bacon and ranch potato salad.
Give your potatoes a nice little bath. I have a designated scrubber. It doesn't touch any soap, it only touches vegetables. Rinse in a colander in the sink. Pour cold water onto your potatoes. Add about a tablespoon of salt, cover, and turn to medium. Once this starts to boil, you can turn it down to a simmer. I have a lot of new followers, so I haven't had the opportunity to explain this to everyone. But the stretch marks on a jalapeno represent maturity. The more mature a pepper is, the hotter it gets. Add your onion and add your bacon. Add 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing mix,
1 cup of mayonnaise,
1 tablespoon of pepper, fresh cilantro. Gently stir this together until it's all evenly coated. Give it a taste to determine how much salt you need. Top with a little bit of extra cilantro and or jalapeno, and voila.
Easiest keto breakfast ever. You can make a pancake or a waffle with this. I highly recommend. Recipe at the end. So first you're going to take a little bit of cream cheese and you are going to stick it into the bowl. I microwave mine. That's optional just to make it easier to work with. Once you microwave it about 30 seconds, you're going to add some cinnamon, some stevia, or whatever sugar substitutes you want to use. Then you're going to add 2 eggs. Mix it together until you have the consistency of runny pancake batter. This does take a little bit of time, and make sure you mix it really well. Don't skip out on this step because it's what makes your pancakes or your waffles taste good. Then you're going to spray your waffle maker or your pan if you're making a pancake, and you're going to put your batter in. This will make 4 waffles or 1 big pancake, depending on what method you're choosing to do. Once they're all done, takes really no time at all. You can add any toppings you want. I chose sugar-free syrup and butter, but you could use peanut butter or any other substitutes you want, and you can enjoy. What a perfect breakfast, and take seconds.
And these are a lifesaver if you are an ice cream girl and need something at night. This has saved me from sabotage so many times. Cut a banana in half and use a spoon as a stick, and then put it in the freezer for an hour, 2 hours, even overnight. Take it out and cover it with some vanilla Greek yogurt. Put some sprinkles on it, because why not, and put it back in the freezer.
What's up, guys? This is my little southern twist on baklava. We're going to start off with brown sugar, cinnamon, fresh grated nutmeg, cloves, allspice, a pinch of salt, and chop them up in the food processor. Then we're going to melt a full pound of butter and start layering. We're going to go for 4 layers of pastry and 3 layers of our nut mixture. After our layering is done, we're going to pre-cut all of our pieces because the pastry will be extremely crispy once it comes out of the oven. For our syrup, we're going to simmer brown sugar, honey, and water over medium-low heat. Then we're going to add star anise, vanilla, black cardamom, cinnamon, and our citrus. Reduce by half and strain out your solids. After it comes out of the oven, we're going to drizzle over brown butter and our syrup. This recipe is incredibly near and dear to me because it's what I always made for my Greek grandmother with influences from my southern roots.
Here's another easy, cheesy, low-carb recipe that you're gonna love. Get your muffin tin, add some cheddar cheese, put it in the oven at 350 for about 5 minutes. Take it out, add some ground beef to the sides, and fold it over like I did here. Then put it back in the oven for about 2 minutes, and look how yummy.
Welcome back to Niche Cookie TikTok, where I'm baking my way through my 35 chocolate chip cookie recipes, and we have finally made it to the highly anticipated and requested blueberry cookie, which I've been holding out on you guys for months. Now, what's crazy is I'm teaming up with the actual Blueberry Council for this recipe, and the real star of this recipe totally is the frozen blueberries. You thaw them until they're nice and jammy, and then just add them in with the wet ingredients. The frozen blueberries are the magic ingredient here. They create structure and lift in the cookie, but also keep it plant-based and add a softness that you just can't replicate. It tastes as if a blueberry muffin were a cookie. I mean, if you've seen my blueberry pancakes or my blueberry muffins, you know I'm a huge fan of making things naturally blue. So frozen bloobs are a staple in my kitchen, and even if you aren't baking with them, they're like nature's like little tiny popsicles. And can we just like drop a comment to let the Blueberry Council know that we are blueberry stands here? And the recipe is linked below.
Let me show you how to make a low-carb version of Cheesecake Factory's very popular appetizer, the Buffalo Blast. Start by grabbing your cut-to-carb flatbread, and you want to fold it over like this so you have a guide to make perfect squares. Just use that first one and keep cutting until you get all of the squares possible out of each flatbread. You'll have a little thin, narrow part on the end, and just save that for chips for another day. Next up, you're going to take some warm cream cheese and spread it over the entire surface of each square. Take 1 tablespoon of your buffalo chicken filling, that recipe will be down in the comments, and fold up like this. Add that to a prepared air fryer basket, and you're going to air fry these at 300 about 5 minutes per side. I like to plate these up with some ranch and a little buffalo sauce, a sprinkle of some chives, and that's it, you guys. These are so good and delicious, and I hope that you enjoy.
Tacos de calabaza, or basically zucchini tacos. Let's make them. Usually I'd make these on the grill, but I don't have one, so we're using the air fryer. These are Mexican squash, or you can use zucchini. Cut it up like this, seasoned with lemon pepper and paprika. Spray with olive oil, cook for 8 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees. Get your tortilla, sprinkle with cheese, let it melt, then flip it over and it'll get nice and toasty like this. Then put your zucchini, some salsa, queso, and enjoy.
This is one of my favorite garlic mushroom recipes. Don't let your mushrooms be bland. Put in a tablespoon of butter and some olive oil, and then your onions. Once the onions are translucent, you're gonna add in 2 more tablespoons of butter, and then you're gonna add in the mushrooms. Add in 1 bulb of chopped garlic. You're gonna add in a little bit more oil, salt to taste, a squeeze of lemon, Thai chili peppers, and then turn the heat off and put in some cilantro. We're gonna add some red chili pepper and some chives.